So this year, my big idea is to procrastinate your way to creative success. And I think everybody feels creativity differently. Some people feel it sort of welling up inside them, a spirit of innovation. These are the people who write lyrics and melodies and plays and create great artworks. This is a feeling that's completely alien to me. When I feel creative, I have to start with just the merest husk of an idea, put it down, wrestle it some more, kick the edges of it, phone a friend, make a cup of tea. It's a really hard fought thing for me to be a very creative person. And there's no doubting it, I need to procrastinate in order to feel inspired later. And I'm sure that for a lot of type A personalities, this sort of lack of drive towards productivity would actually be very stressful. But for me, I think that procrastination can actually be a virtue towards inspiring creativity in the long term. And I don't think I'm alone. I think there's a lot of great thinkers out there who have sort of been more fast to have original thoughts, but then slow to finish them. And I think it's Aaron Sorkin of West Wing fame who says, you call it procrastinating, I call it thinking. And I have to agree with that. And that leads me to say that, I think procurement, we always say needs a rebrand, but I think procrastination does too. Because I think that to a very good extent, you have to let creativity come to you. If the more you chase it, the further it feels like it'll slip away. So I've decided, for me, it's just impossible to be at my most creative sitting behind a desk, behind a screen, which could be career limiting for somebody in procurement and social media. But my poor brain simply cannot be at its most creative going from organising PO numbers to needing to think about, what's the next Uber going to be. For me to be creative, I need to actually go out and, think about, be in a different space, find the sweet spot for that creativity. And so my message today is it's not the sort of procrastination that you might have done at university where you'd look to, can we just go to the bar or find anything else to do rather than focus on the problem. I think you should do it wisely. Do things that are going to stimulate your brain and the body. Do things that will stir half-forgotten memories and challenge new patterns of thinking. So that might be things like travel, hit the gym, take a walk around the block, watch a TED talk, read a blog, get chatting to somebody over coffee that you haven't spoken to much before in your organisation. Because it's already been shown by science that things like oxygen, visualization, colours, music, they all stimulate the brain and help us increase our spatial intelligence. So I think, when you're trying to be creative, don't be too hard on yourself. Start with an idea, let it mellow, let it sort of ruminate, chat to a few people about it, and open your mind to new stimuli, because through that, new ideas will come, because after all, I think creativity is contagious.